Hey everybody, it's Erica Morrison. I am a mentor, a speaker, and the author of the book Trespassed. And today I was wanting to talk a little about anger. There's a part of healing that most people we don't talk about, and that's being angry. Not just being hurt, not just being sad, but actually feeling something so deep that it can scare you. So if you've ever felt that, I want you to know something right now. You're not wrong in feeling that way. Anger is a God given emotion. And when you have been emotionally or like spiritually trespassed, something inside of you breaks. Something inside of you breaks. And so it's not just about what happened to you, it is about what it did to your sense of identity, your sense of safety, your sense of trust, trust for someone. And so it teaches you, well, anger showing up is showing you that, hey, this wasn't right. Like something wasn't right. So anger is not the problem. Anger is actually a signal. It's a signal. And so it's letting you know that like a boundary was crossed. It's letting you know that something that you valued was violated and that you're trying to process something that hurt you deeply. That is what anger is. It's a signal. And so if you're not careful, anger can push you into decisions that don't align with like who you really are. It can make you it can make you react instead of respond. It can make you try to hurt someone in the same way that they hurt you. It can also even cause you to hurt yourself in the process. I was reading on Facebook about a pastor. Well, I don't know if she was a pastor. I don't want to name names, but she was preaching a sermon Easter Sunday. This was, what, 2 days ago. She's preaching a sermon Easter Sunday, and then later on that day, her spouse took her life. Imagine you are at that church and she's up preaching, and you're like, "Oh wow, man, that was a good word, very encouraging. Like, man, I enjoyed I enjoyed service today on this Easter Sunday." And then later on, you're hearing that her spouse took her life. I promise you, if you don't deal with emotions that are not wrong to have, but when you don't process things in the correct way, it can be some devastating results. And so when my daughter used to say, "Mom, you could have had a prison ministry," if I would have chosen not to deal with anger in the proper way, that is something that could most definitely be true today. It's serious. Let's stop playing with our lives. If you are truly walking in a hard, tough situation, let's not let's not play. Let's not play games because for to be honest, I'm reading too many stories where a spouse is taking not only the spouse's life, but taking out the children, taking out themselves, like just taking out everybody. This is something serious. And so you don't have to you don't have to get rid of the anger. What needs to happen is to learn how to process it. Cuz like I said, anger is a signal telling you, "Hey, something is off here." And so you have to slow down, sit in it, and ask yourself this question: what is this feeling trying to show me? Here's something I want you to do. If you're serious about this is something I want you to do next time. The next time that you feel anger coming up, don't push it away. Don't push the anger away. Don't be like, hey, okay, this is just how it's going to be. No. I want you to write it out. Write it out. Be honest. Like, be completely honest about how you're feeling. Don't filter it. Don't try to sound right. Just let it out. Write it down exactly how you're feeling it. Because when I was going through what I was going through and I said that I wanted people to die, I was not playing with how I was feeling. And me, I am a Christian. And, when God says that things have to be done in spirit and in truth, that's exactly what it means. Like, He can't do something if it's not the truth. He can't work with something that's not the truth. So if you are truly feeling like, man, I want to take some people out of here, give that to God. Allow Him to help you to process. So first of all, I want you to ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to show me? And then I want you to down write it down, everything you're feeling. Don't filter it. Like I said, do not filter it. Let's not, just say it how you mean it. Just say it how you mean it. I promise you, the good Lord can handle what you're dealing with. And then I want you to ask yourself, what was taken from me in the moment? Ask what was taken from you in the moment. Because once you identify that, then you'll know what needs healing. You'll know where you can begin the healing. Um, you're not a bad person for feeling deeply. First of all, let's unbelieve that lie. You're not a bad person for feeling how you feel or what you're feeling. Anger is a God given emotion. The Bible tells us to be angry, but don't sin. So, God is not a man that He should lie. If He's saying be angry, but don't sin, that means be angry, but actually try to find out about what's causing the anger. What is it trying to show you? What has it taken from you in that moment? You're someone who has experienced something real, and your emotions are just responding to that. So the goal, like I'm saying, it is not to suppress what you're feeling, it's to grow through it. And I feel like that's that's the make or breaking point. Are we going to grow through it, or are we going to stay stuck in it? So this is just one part of the healing process. Learning how to deal with what comes up inside of you. If you need to know that step by step, once again, please just re listen to this message, if you are serious and if you are ready to start working through this step by step, I have created something to help you begin that process. Just thinking, just really think about the story I just told you. It's so many questions that I can ask with this devastating story. You get up on Sunday morning and you go preach a sermon, and then you come home and your spouse is ready to take you out. Like, you got to think about all the red flags. You got to think about, you know, what was ignored. But anger, if not dealt with properly, like I said, it can have the most devastating results, the most devastating consequences. And like I said, if you're ready and you're serious about coming on the other side of that pain to healing, go ahead and check out my free 5-day healing guide. Any questions, send me a message. All right. I just want you to remember that you can face tomorrow. And I'll see you in the next video.